voting for the municipal election started October 19 at the Watauga County Courthouse, but the early voting site at ASU was disputed up until October 25, only a day before early voting was set to start.
We went ahead and prepared for that and had our equipment dropped off in preparation of. It's easier to bring equipment back. If it's not being needed, then try to get out there at 5 in the morning and get everything loaded up. So there are a couple last second things we had to do, but for the most part, we had everything there already. It seems like this has been a fairly good turnout so far. I think we're just under 700 voters so far at one stop, so that's great. The majority of those are Boone residents. Last year we had 2/3 of our voters voted before Election Day, so it seemed to be a slight difference. You know, now obviously in a presidential, there's more attention to everything, and people are more tuned in. I don't know if that was the reason it skewed so heavily for us. It was, I think, our biggest early voting numbers we'd had was last year, percentage-wise. But it seems to be more and more people are voting early.
The dispute over the on-campus early voting site hasn't been uncommon in the past couple of years. Anderson Clayton said 2014 was the first time the Watauga County Voting Rights Task Force sued the State Board of Elections and won, which set the precedent for future elections. Clayton also said they hope to get at least 500 votes at the on-campus site to help determine whether or not the university will continue to have an early voting site.
This is the thing, and this is like why I think the community members' impact on this is so important. Any Board of Elections meeting I've ever gone to that's debated, even like talked about this voting site, it hasn't been just students. Like, I've walked into these meetings before and there's been 70 plus community members sitting in front of me ready to argue on behalf of this site. And I think that shows, like 6,000 people that voted in it last year, it wasn't just students, it was community members and faculty members and people that wanted students to have that access to voting. Municipal elections matter the most. Out of anything, presidential elections, yes, like they're amazing and wonderful and fun, but like local elections really impact students. And that's why it's so important for students to get involved, is because like zoning regulations, rent like cost, all of that goes through that one governing body.